Hey.
Hey.
Hi. Hello.
How y'all doing?
January is like basically over. I feel like 2023 just started.
Yeah.
I mean, it did because it's January, but I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
with.
where did that month
with you.
go?
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. How you guys doing?
Doing all right. I had
I.
the house to myself for most of the week.
Oh,
Right
that's
on.
pretty sweet.
Bachelor life?
Yeah, there you go. So I've just been taking care of the cat, working, as you do.
What have you
I
been up to, Paul?
I slipped on some ice on the walk up to my place just now,
Oh shit.
like 10 minutes ago, and I fucked my knee up real bad, so I'm in a lot of pain.
Oh no.
Other than that, though, I had to buy a new car because my other one was so done that it was done. So I did that this week.
Oh, did you get something cool?
I got a car that gets me to work. So, yes,
Okay.
very
Is it
cool
is it
responsibility.
is it like significantly newer so that has like a bunch of new fun features you didn't have?
Yeah, the last one was 2009. This is 2018.
Okay. What's the feature you're like most excited about that you now have access to?
Oh, it drives.
Sure.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, I mean that's an improvement.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. It is a car and not like an SUV, so it's low to the ground, and that has pros and cons. I'm feel older now, so getting into it is harder than like it used to be.
You
When
gotta
I
like squat down a little bit.
the last time I was in a car, or I had a car, yeah. So it's gotten harder to do that.
Now you just messed up your probably already bad knee.
Right,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
But I don't feel like anytime there's a gust of wind, I'm going to die. So that's kind of cool.
Okay. Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I can't see myself getting a car for a long time. I just don't need it down here.
It sucks, man. It really sucks buying a car. Like,
yeah, it's just like a money sink.
ugh, yeah. Like, it's cool to have the thing. It sucks to get it, you know?
Yeah, I'm thankful I can just mooch off my girlfriend having a car, so I get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, or living in a city with, like, decent transportation in general.
I don't have that. No.
Yeah,
the
that's true.
transportation system around here is the one entity I hate most in the entire world.
That's fair.
BART is miserable.
I have been on BART before, so I get it, but yeah.
It is crazy how bad it is. John, how's your car doing?
It's holding up. Same car I've had since like 2007.
That's an old car.
That is an old car. It could like Reese's car is doing great, but that's only like a year old at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just like we've got like the brand new shiny car, and then we got my old car, which is just kind of use to just kind of take any damage from the roads because there's always gravel on the damn roads that chip windshields.
True.
Just waiting for it to die at this point.
My car?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been weirdly like what's the word I'm looking for? It's been weirdly like dependable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it'll be like
Okay.
minus 40 and it'll start up no problem without being plugged in.
That's impressive.
Yep.
Absolutely. Very cool. Well, hey, before we get to the show, Paul, did you watch Last of Us?
Oh, yeah. Did we not talk about this last week? Oh, you're talking
We
about the
did,
new
but
episode.
the new episode, because the
I
new
did.
episode had a whole bunch of like decrepit Calgary in it, which
Yeah.
was cool to see.
Yeah, for sure. Like, when they're walking up, I'm just like, oh, that looks like the 4th Avenue flyover. Yep, that's 100% what that is. Pretty
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was cool. Like, you don't see the Calgary Tower. They obviously took that one out.
Yeah, no, they
you see
obviously
everything
like
else.
CG'd out a lot of background stuff that would be obvious, but
Yeah.
yeah, it makes sense.
No, but yeah, it is cool seeing downtown or just seeing some like buildings. I'm like, oh yeah, I've driven past that all the time.
Yeah.
Now it looks like a bomb went off inside of it, and that's kind of fun to see.
Yep. Yeah, no, it was cool. And just overall, that episode was pretty cool. So I'm liking it.
Enjoying it too. Okay, let's do the podcast. This is the Top Down Perspective for January 26th. I'm Sean Booker.
I'm Paul Fleck.
Don Wheeler.
Right after this episode, we'll be doing an episode all about Lego City Undercover for TDP Plus,
Mhm.
because I don't need to sleep anymore, apparently.
No.
And next month, we are going to be doing Yakuza 0, which I feel like was a game that
Wow.
was submitted a whole bunch early on in the
A
Patreon's
few
life.
times. Yeah.
And then whoever was submitting it gave up because it wasn't getting much traction. And then someone submitted it this month, and it won by a long shot. So it's finally getting its due. It is an RPG though, so I'm telling you, I'm probably not going to finish Yakuza 0.
I
but
mean, I
will
wouldn't really
play...
call it an RPG, but it is a long game.
I'm telling you right now, I will not finish that story probably, but I'm definitely looking forward to doing all the other side shit in it for a while again.
I'll tell you, I've already beaten that game, so I ain't got to do shit.
As long as you can, remember some of it. Yes, that's the important part. It'll incentivize me to go back to my save and continue from where I'm at, which is like chapter 5 or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but
Sure.
Anyway, some stuff to look forward to if you are part of our Patreon.
Yeah.
But until then, let's talk about some games we're playing right now.
Hey, in a weird twist of fate, Sean, what have you been doing?
Whoa.
You never
so
get
nice
to start.
I know. It's so nice of you to ask. So I mentioned this last week, that I got some fun PlayStation related stuff, and I can talk about it now. I was one of the lucky outlets, and me specifically, got to review. This doesn't show up on camera very well, but the new PlayStation Pro controller. I thought I would bring that for a little bit of show and tell.
Nice.
While I have it, it comes with a case. While I have it in the case, the top of it has like a little window.
Okay.
It opens up, and then you can charge it while it's in the case.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
It's kind of fun. So this is basically like, Xbox's like Elite controller, but for the PS5.
Right.
And this is the DualSense Edge. Ta-da!
I am going to be 100 with you, as the kids say.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck is so important or different about this thing, so give me the rundown. That looks like a normal controller to me.
It does. It looks very similar. From first glance, the only thing that looks really different is these function buttons down here.
Okay.
From a visual perspective. And then the back of it does look significantly different, though.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sure.
So much like most Pro controllers, you can adjust how far the triggers will go in.
Okay.
So if you want it to go really short, you can do that. Or if you want the full thing, you can choose that as well. And then it has back buttons. One thing that's kind of curious, though, most Pro controllers will have 4 back buttons as a shortcut to get all the face buttons taken care of, so you never have to remove your right thumb from like the camera stick, right?
Sure.
This only has 2.
Oh,
so
okay.
I don't know why Sony would put out a controller with less, but so that's a bit of a bummer. And then I did mention these function buttons. So the way these function buttons work is you can set up user profiles. You can have as many user profiles as you want, and that's on a software level. And then while you're in game, if you hold down either of them and then press one of the face buttons, you can assign 4 of your profiles to the face buttons, and then you can swap profiles. So for example, if you're playing a game where it's like, oh, I need this like right back button to be crouch.
Right.
Then you know when you're playing that game, you can switch it to that profile. Maybe when you play a different game, crouch is on like a different button. So you set up a profile for the back button to map to that specific input, and you can swap the profile easily. Or if you have, multiple people using your system, it's like, hey, this is my sister's profile, this is my profile, yada yada. And
sure.
What gets really interesting with the customization is if you go into the software side of it, into like the accessories settings panel, is you can adjust intensity and dead zone of the triggers at any of the analog inputs, so the analog sticks or the triggers. So if you're getting like stick drift, you can cancel out part of that dead zones so that the analog sticks will just focus on the parts that are functioning properly. And then you can also change the curve to how fast these analog inputs like receive an input. So, like, for example, if you wanted the trigger to use the full length of the thing, but you want it to register that press at a faster acceleration, like at a faster, sharper curve, you can set that up. And you can adjust the exact velocity graph, which is kind of a fun thing. You got to be serious about that. I can't think of a scenario where I will ever be like, I need the right trigger to press faster when I like I needed to bend a little bit quicker at the 75%. Like that's
Yeah.
not me.
This is what like a pro esport person would do, and then they would never be able to play with a normal controller again. Or like, yeah.
Exactly.
So
If you
niche.
are a person who is playing games at a level where the milliseconds it takes to press a button is important to you,
Yeah.
then you'll get some use out of this. If you're someone who goes to PlayStation for their big AAA narrative games,
Sure.
it is you are not going to get a ton of benefit out of spending $200 on this controller.
I
And that's
wonder
kind of my general
I wonder
thesis.
if toying with that, does that like screw up some of the like the haptic feedback stuff that apparently is super good with the PlayStation 5? Like, I wonder if that breaks some of that stuff.
No, it has all of the same vibration stuff. That's all there. You will, however, miss out if you like choose to like make the triggers like really short.
Yeah.
You are gonna miss out on some of the like extra kind of sensations that they'll put in the triggers. Like for example, like Returnal.
Yeah.
You know, if you press it a little bit, you'll do one kind of fire. If you press it the whole way, and you'll feel it kind of like chunk as you kind of get past a little bit of resistance.
Yeah.
It'll do an alternate kind of fire. If you set this to like the low one where it's kind of just a click, you're gonna do only that alt fire because the controller
Right.
is feeling or it's receiving a full press, even though you're only pushing it a couple millimeters.
Right.
So
I get
you
that was kind of
mess
what
stuff up that way.
that was kind of what I was going for. But I mean, it sounds like the only way you would really toy with that stuff is if you're doing Twitch shooters of some sort, or like something really intensive where you're not there for the feel necessarily. You're there for the like win.
Exactly. And most like multiplayer games, they turn off those special triggers anyways,
Right.
because they know people aren't going to want any kind of resistance. They just want to shoot the gun.
And then, like you said, you could just have that on a profile for like, this is my serious time profile or whatever, and this is my casual playthrough.
Right.
Whatever.
Last thing I'll mention is that's unique to this, because a lot of these features they're on other Pro controllers. They're on the Xbox Elite controller.
Yeah.
You can take out the stick modules. So there's a little release on the back that I pressed, and then this panel comes out.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat.
And then there's a little lever on each side of the analog sticks that if you just flick up, it unlocks it. There you go. There's the analog stick.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
And then you can just buy one of these little analog stick modules for $20 if you need a replacement.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So, because this is the feature that usually breaks down, right?
For
This
sure.
is the frequent thing. So, easily replacement. You don't need to send this thing back. So that's pretty cool, and it's so easy to do. Yeah, it's a cool little controller. Again, so the big downside I don't want to miss out on. PS5's DualSense controller, notoriously short battery life. That thing clocks in around 7 to 10 hours, maybe.
Sure.
DualSense Edge, 5 to 7.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you because I'd seen very different numbers around the internet. I wasn't sure what to trust at this point.
This thing's I was getting 5 to 7, usually closer on the 5 side.
Wow.
I don't know if that's specifically on the games I was playing. Maybe they use a lot more vibration than some of the other stuff. I could see if you were playing like a lot of just like multiplayer where the triggers kind of get taken out, as opposed to having those like resistance. Maybe it can last a little longer. But yeah,
Sure.
5, 6 I was getting, which means I'm probably not going to make this my main PlayStation controller. Like I already have like a nice red one that I like because it's a fancy color, and I would totally be down to do this. But I don't need back pedals, and this requires me charging it more often. So it's just like why I would rather the one that lasts me longer.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was gonna ask, what games did you test with it? Like, what did you put it through?
So I played. I just kind of goofed around in some end game stuff at God of War. Didn't do much of that because I played so much of it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I went and finished Horizon Forbidden West. I had about 10 more hours of story in there.
Okay.
So I played a bunch of that. I played some Fortnite, played some Overwatch.
Apex? Any Apex?
Didn't play Apex. I haven't played Apex in a few months.
Oh, okay.
My go-to multiplayer game right now is Overwatch.
Okay. Yep.
And then I just dabbled a bit with Jet and Ghostwire Tokyo, but the most of it was for Horizon and Overwatch probably.
Okay, cool.
I had to like hustle though. Like I got this thing sent to me on Thursday, and they're like,
Yeah.
the review embargo's Monday morning. I was like, no way. So there's no way I could get that. I ended up getting my review up on Wednesday morning, but like all weekend I was just like playing and script writing and taking notes and stuff with this. So
yeah. Also, there is a video that you did on this that people could check out, I guess, right?
Yeah,
if they want more.
If you check out my Twitter, I linked to it. I'm pretty proud with how that video turned out.
Show notes?
So
are you going to put it in the show notes? You should put it in the show notes for people that don't use Twitter.
I can back in.
Because I listen to podcasts sometimes and they talk about something. I'm like, I don't follow you on Instagram. Like, how the hell am I going to see this?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll try and if I remember tomorrow when I'm putting the podcast together.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll drop it in there. Otherwise, there's links in the Discord because the Discord links to our Twitters as well.
Right.
So there's easy ways to see my review if that is something that you might be interested in. But anyways, yeah. So that was my show and tell.
Cool.
I just talked for a while, so before we get to my games, let's talk to one of you guys. And John, did you play anything?
Nope.
Fair.
All right, so let's go back to me. Paul, what have you been playing?
I mean, we can talk Crisis Core if you want. It's on your list here, and I played more of it.
Sure.
Okay.
So this was a week of me finishing games. I finished Crisis Core as well.
Okay. I'm guessing you didn't 100% it then.
Oh, there's like 600 of those like missions. Are you kidding me? Absolutely not.
Okay, fair enough. I am 100%ing it, and it's been okay.
I think this game is incredibly like
good. I agree. It's amazing.
No, absolutely not. Like it is like it is such a strong like fair. Like it is.
Yeah.
It is okay. It is like it is somewhere between like mediocre and okay, but it is not bad. Like
no,
it is.
Of course,
it is fine, but I will never say this is a good video game.
Oh, okay. Then we disagree because I think it's good. I don't think it's great though. Like it's been fun. It's been mindless. It's like a great podcast game.
For sure. In the missions, that is absolute podcast time.
Yeah.
I got through so many. I did about I think around 35% of them. They said.
Okay, I think I'm currently at 60 something, maybe.
Okay, you're gonna like what chapter are you in?
Well, I had to metagame it a bit because I heard that there's a point of no return. So I'm at the point of no return. It's chapter 7. Building a wagon, a flower wagon.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I did about 35% of it when I finished the game. I still like I'm on normal difficulty, just cruised through everything.
Yeah, because you didn't do the 10-star rank side missions, which is the only thing that's hard in the game. And even then, by the time you're doing it, you get a broken build and they're not hard anymore either.
Yeah, I bring that up just to say, like, in terms of, like, again, normal difficulty, like, the grinding you're doing, you're just going to, like, walk through the end of that game.
Yes.
And I was already, I feel like I was doing that for the entirety of the game. Like,
yes.
It is not difficult, for sure.
True.
You get Deathblade, which I made the Deathblade materia early on. That is so cheap. Holy smokes, that is so cheap. You get like a percentage chance of like one hitting every enemy you come across, and the percentage is good. Like it's not low.
Yeah, all of those blade attacks like Blizzaga, Thundaga, and Firaga, they're like all great. That just because it's an AoE attack and then like a strong follow up immediately after, and it's quick. They're cheap. Yeah, they're very good.
I also like how, in terms of like the materia side, they just made them better. Dark Thundaga, so now it poisons while you're attacking it with lightning.
Yeah.
And there's more even past that I just never got up to because I guess I didn't do enough of the side stuff. But like Hellfire was something.
Oh, you need Hell Blizzaga because it has a chance to cause every status effect, and you pair it with status ward. So because you have that, you are now immune to every status effect as well. It's great. That game is weird. I really enjoy it quite a bit.
It is weird. But again, I think the story is like bad. I think the way it tells the story is also bad. The voice acting is bad. It looks bad, and it's weird because they'll like bring in some of the like classic Final Fantasy VII like cutscenes, like Sephiroth with like the flames behind him,
Yeah,
and it's like upscaled and kind of remastered, and it's just like this looks terrible.
yeah. Well, there's only so much you can do remastering PSP graphic or cutscenes or whatever. I don't know. I think it's on the I think it's a solid 7 myself. I think it's quite good, but
Right.
I definitely don't think it's a must play in the way some Final Fantasy things are.
I'm just getting ready for
For 16?
reunion?
Oh no,
16.
This was Reunion.
for Rebirth.
Rebirth. Too many
Rewind.
somethings, I also am getting ready for 16. I think 16 looks dope.
Yeah, it does.
And it'll be nice playing like an extremely good looking Final Fantasy after this.
I'm a little bit angry because I think 16 might be the one that actually makes me buy a PS5. Because I was looking at it, like,
Do it. Join us.
I was like, I think this is the one I can't just wait a year for, maybe. I think there was another game too that's coming out this year that I was like,
Probably thinking of Forspoken, the PS5 exclusive.
I'm not thinking about that.
Are you thinking of Stray?
Yeah, probably that cat game.
The
I
cat
mean,
game?
it was nominated for basically every award from every outlet.
Yeah,
last
the
year.
GDC awards just came into my inbox, and Stray's on there too. I do not get it. But
Yeah,
okay.
it was nominated for a bunch of Arab Game Awards too. I don't understand. People love that.
I don't have anything against it. But
Yeah,
I also don't
no.
really have anything for it. So
I think it's okay. Yeah, it's a totally okay game.
Yeah, like it's better than Crisis Core. I can tell you that, but like
I think
not
it's
by
on
much.
par with Crisis Core. I would say they're about even
Jesus, guys.
in my mind. They're both good.
They're fine.
Yeah, exactly. Good.
All right, what else have you been playing?
Played the Forspoken demo.
Oh, okay.
That PS5 exclusive that's also on PC. So they released a demo on PC. I was a bit worried. The way people are talking about Forspoken is weird and scary, which we don't have to get into.
It is so polarizing. I don't even know what to think about this game, to the point where it's like I kind of want to play this game, but I also don't want to spend $70 on
so
such a wild card.
I'm in the same boat. My big thing was I'm probably going to play this at some point. Can I even run it decently? And the answer is yes, I can. So that was good. The requirements for it are insane, and I barely meet the recommended, so I'm okay with it. But the thing about it I thought was kind of cool is that the movement and parkour stuff is fine. That's definitely the tech demo seller thing that they showed off a lot of her just running through different biomes of things around or whatever. The combat is super fun. I really like that combat system. I think it's fluid and very cool. And because it's based around magic, they can just kind of do whatever, and they do. One of the magic things is literally just basically a machine gun with a big explosion bullet afterwards, and then you can switch to a fire sword. So I just think that's super fun and cool. Kind of hack and slashy, which I wasn't necessarily expecting. Yeah, that thing seems fine. And after I dug more into why people were shitting on it or whatever online, I realized that it's a subsection of people I don't just agree with in many facets of life that are shitting on it. So I kind of was like, oh, okay, I think I get why this is so divided now. There is a Grimoire Vice type thing of a character is always speaking to you, and I guess it's her bracelet or whatever. I just needed to know if it would run good, so I skipped every cutscene or whatever because this was just the demo.
Yeah, you have a magic. I think it's a cuff.
AI
is what they refer to it as.
Yeah, that thing is super annoying. and like the voice acting is pretty terrible and the writing is terrible, but I kind of like that too. It's the reason I want to play Stranger of Paradise, because that voice acting and line dialogue is god awful in the right way. And I think
Can confirm, yeah.
I think this
is totally worth it for that.
I think this has similar things going for it, because it's, as people say, cringy, but like, I don't know. I think cringy is endearing and funny if it's not like over, like always being hitting you, which is why I didn't like High on Life myself. So I don't know. We'll see. I also do not feel like spending $90 Canadian on this game on a, well, maybe sort of thing. I have to kind of be really into it. So
it does seem like the voice acting and the lines, or the writing, is what is polarizing so many people. But I'm also seeing a lot of people being like, man, just look at this clip, and then watching it and being like, and then I'm coming on the side of the people like, I actually think this is well written, this line that this person does not think. So it's hard. It seems really,
sure,
like, specific to the person who's absorbing it. So it's
sure.
that's why I'm like, this is really hard to tell.
Yeah.
How I would feel about this game or not. But yes, I mean, at the moment before we start going live, I already saw it $10 off. So keep going, keep dropping, and eventually I'll bite.
Yep. This is the type of game that like I would have been stoked to get free with a video card purchase or something.
Okay.
That seems like a good price for it. The other thing I played is Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah, this is interesting, and this kind of ties into news a little bit. But
It
yeah, tell us what Hi-Fi Rush is.
So Hi-Fi Rush is this year's Metal Hellsinger, essentially. It is just a rhythm-based game that kind of takes... It's a video game genre that puts rhythm into it, and in this case, it's a hack and slash type, like, adventure game or something. You play a character who mistakenly gets turned into an android with his iPod as his heart, kind of Tony Stark-esque, where it is doing some magic where it is revealing the beat of everything around him. Like, so the level is moving, everything in the level for platforming and like enemies and stuff are moving to a beat. You attack to the beat. You get multipliers and do more damage and do better combos if you attack like directly on the beat, and good finishers and stuff like that. And it's just super endearing and fun. It has a really nice art style to it, a nice animated art style.
Very cell shaded, kind of looks like Roller Drome from last year, but with like brighter colors.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just super fun. Some fun writing. And the first boss is 9 Inch Nails. So like the 9 Inch Nails song is playing during the first boss. So I'm like, oh yeah, you got me. Like, this is it. You did it. Yeah, that thing is super cool.
Yeah, this is interesting. I wanted to play it, but I was like so close to wrapping up a few other things that I was like, I need to get it off my plate before I start yet another game.
Yeah.
This just kind of shadow dropped out of nowhere
yesterday. Yeah.
Yesterday. Which we'll talk more in news, but yeah, the Xbox Developer Direct happened, and the Evil Within
Tango.
Tango, there we go. Tango came out and said, "Hey, we have a new game. It's coming up on Game Pass in like half an hour."
Yeah,
and it was just like, "Holy smokes, what?" Because like it already looked cool when they were showing the trailers and talking about it, and then it was just like, "Oh yeah, by the way, it's going to be available today," which was awesome. Like, just having like, it's just cool that we got a game that came out of nowhere available immediately.
Yeah, and they hit it really well, which is also impressive.
It did like half leak that like the day before. Like, we knew they had a leak did come out that Tango was going to be there with something.
Sure.
Which we didn't know about until that point, but we didn't know what it was. I think even the name was leaked as well, but no idea of what that name meant or what the game itself was. But I believe the name was even out there. But no, it's cool because, you know, in the games industry, we get these long-awaited announcements, and then we just have to like wait 6, 12, 18 months for the game.
Yeah.
It's extremely rare that anything just like surprise. There you go. And that's always cool when like Nintendo is like, and it's available right now.
Yeah.
So that was exciting. And then yeah, Game Pass, like, hell yeah.
Yeah. I guess like the only problem with this game is that it's only available on Xbox, Microsoft stuff, so Game Pass and the consoles or whatever. I
Is it not on Steam? I thought I was
It's
seeing
on
like
Steam.
it's on
Yeah,
Steam,
it's
but
on-
it's not on
on Steam, yeah.
PlayStation, so
no.
unfortunately PlayStation people miss out.
Well, Tango's working with Bethesda, which is the reason it's console
Yeah.
exclusive. So
Yeah, so that's too bad because I think this game is great and the first real contender for Game of the Year talks, I think,
Oh,
currently.
wow,
It's very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been hearing it is very good. I cannot wait to play it. Got one more game I'm trying to wrap before I start something else up, but yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
will
fair.
be jumping into it this weekend.
That's fair. Because I see you also started another probably 40, 50-hour game.
Yeah, so here's my first game that I'm putting on my I need to remember this for Game of the Year time. I'm playing Fire Emblem Engage, and it's awesome.
Oh, good.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah, this game, and it's so refreshing coming like right off of Pokemon, a game that I think looks bad and plays bad. And then this thing looks gorgeous. Like there is so much bright color. The characters look great. It's fully voice acted. Like
And it has
ho-
anti-aliasing on it, right? Like it has actual like optimizations to make it not look
yeah,
like shit.
no, like it looks good. There is no weird running. It's not framey in any way. Like this is a good running game on the Switch. It has some long load times, but it's the Switch for you.
Yeah.
And I think those just kind of stand out to me more because my other game consoles have SSDs. So
Yeah.
non-SSD gaming is foreign to me at this point. I will say though, the story is so dumb.
Yeah, that sounds
Like,
about right.
it's not even like worth it. It's just like this so cookie cutter of like, oh, the character has amnesia because they were asleep and now they need to just save the world from the bad people. All right. So we're gonna do that. Like it is so
Cool.
cookie cutter, like it's not even worth it. But like it's great. It's great being in a Fire Emblem game where like the combat isn't a complete breeze. Because that was my one issue with Three Houses. I played it on normal, and they kind of did not focus the difficulty for normal. I am having a pretty easy time so far with Engage, but at least it's nowhere near as easy as Three Houses was.
I'm told that they didn't like I didn't know anything about Three Houses. They didn't use the triangle in that and they went back to it. Like they went back to actual tactics in this one. Is this a thing? How did Three Houses work? Because I know a bunch of people that are like, oh, I'm excited because combat won't be ass this time, even though they like Three
So
Houses.
the combat is the same. It's still tactics. They have the weapon triangle and all that. I think if someone had said it to me, I would say because they're talking about the difficulty was so easy in Three Houses. Like a few chapters into Three Houses, your characters could destroy pretty much everything. Like that game was beyond easy.
Three Houses
playing it
did
on
not have a weapon triangle.
Oh, did it not?
It didn't at
Okay.
all. No.
I guess maybe I'm misremembering because I never needed to worry about anything combat.
Because I just
related.
had to look it up because I was pretty sure that was, told to me.
So Engage does have the weapon triangle, and to the point where if you do the matchup types correctly, or whoever's is winning that rock paper scissors, for example, swords are better against axes. Typically in Fire Emblem combat, one person would attack, and then the second person would get like a follow-up attack to attack backwards.
Right.
If you match up correctly, you will break their stance, and they do not get to attack you back. So it can be even more in your favor or more deadly if someone comes at you with the
Gotcha.
with
Okay.
the wrong mix-ups. You need to plan for it a little better. They do have a time rewind mechanic in this one, which kind of does make it more on the easy side. But I think that's just a good quality of life adjustment because there's so many times in Fire Emblem where enemies will kind of just spawn mid-match out of random spots, like reinforcements will come in, and you don't know that's going to happen. And if you're playing on Classic, which is where your characters can die for good, that can really suck if you're like, okay, we're all moving this way. I got my healers behind me, and then all of a sudden a dude appears out of a random like wall, like door that I didn't even know was like actually a working door, and then just like kills my healer, and I have to start the whole match over again. So you can rewind turns a little bit. I don't know how many times you can do it during mid match because I haven't used it yet. but that is an option.
Are you a classic
Um,
player yourself?
I am a classic player, but I don't. If I lose a character, I just start the match over again.
Okay.
So it's more of like an internal like, no, you need to play every single chapter correctly. You
Okay.
don't get to have the crutch of, well, that person will come back in the next one. No, if you didn't play this thing right, you're gonna start over and play it again.
Okay.
So that's how I've done it. I don't let my characters die. I want to have like
Yeah.
the perfect run on each match. So it's more of just like I'm going to make this an actual puzzle game where I need to figure out the answer and not just like muscle my way through it.
I mean, that's what a lot of people do.
For what it's
so.
worth, I only ever like the most recent-ish one because everyone told me I had to play it was Awakening, I think, and I played it. I played it that way. So like I get it.
I think this is a really good Fire Emblem to jump into. Again, the story is nonsense, but at least it's like fully voice acted and like looks gorgeous. So it's still just enjoyable to watch them say just like dumb bullshit.
This is beautiful looking, actually. Like I'm watching video of it, and it's like this is pretty good. So cool.
Yeah, no, and like I said, coming off of like Pokemon, which kind of looked like ass and definitely ran like ass, it was like, oh, thank you. I thought I was ready to throw my Switch right in the garbage.
I mean, yes. This also isn't a giant open world, but yes, point stands.
For sure, absolutely. What this will do though is the tactics maps that you're playing on. Every time you finish a mission, you get like the opportunity to like run around to scale in the map you just fought and chat with your teammates. So
Okay.
they've definitely like built out the whole area, and it's not just like a flat 2D kind of like plane that can only be viewed from a top-down perspective. Take a shot. You can actually interact with the stages, and again, it's not open
That's
world,
cool.
but it is kind of one step further to. And then because I will say, let me caveat this with it's real horny again, which is just
I mean, it's anime, of course it is.
Yeah, but it's like I'm just gonna roll my eyes at that every time. It's like really every single female character has to have like a huge boob window. Like none of them get to cover up. Okay,
none.
So I'm rolling my eyes at that. You can adopt animals. I don't know why, but you can like bring them back to your magic base. You have a magic base where people are like, hey, I'll build a shop there for you. And all I can think is like, why? No one can enter this base but me. You're going to live a life of isolation just to make me a sword? What is wrong with you? But I don't know, man. You have a magic base where you can adopt chickens. You'll just adopt dogs and sheep from like other people's farms. You would think people own these sheep and these dogs, but you're just like, you're coming with me now to my base.
Well,
I don't know.
The perks of being a warlord, I guess.
You're actually the divine dragon who was asleep for 1,000 years.
Of course you are. Yeah.
Your mom could turn into a dragon, so I'm assuming by the end of the game I will turn into a dragon.
That's pretty standard for Fire Emblem, honestly.
Yep.
No, for sure, absolutely.
But also, you're a 17-year-old for some reason.
You are, and you meet one of the people that you like join with early on is like, man, we've been friends for like a really long time, and I'm like, I've been asleep for 1,000 years. Are you 1,000 years old? Because no one else is 1,000 years old. What do you mean we've been friends for a long time? Have you just been like hanging out with my body? Which apparently some of these people have. This one character from like the beginning is like, oh, I'm the president of the like Divine Dragon fan club. What does that even mean? I've been asleep for 1,000 years.
1,000 dragon years, which is really just like, like 2 weeks.
It's like 8 years or something. 1,000 dragon years. Yeah. Anyways, like I'm enjoying it. It's a good time. Looking forward to playing more of it. Hopefully they'll have some fun DLC. They have for the last few of them.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's a good one. I would recommend it.
Cool. I'm glad.
Let's talk about some news. We mentioned briefly before, the Xbox Developer Direct happened yesterday, and Xbox showed off 5 games. We had known about 4, and then the surprise drop of Hi-Fi Rush popped out. So they had 5 games.
Right.
Those games being Hi-Fi Rush, which was released yesterday. Minecraft Legends, which was the RTS that we knew about. That got a release date of April 18th. I think that game looks really good. I don't know if you guys watched the stream or not.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking I would be impressed, but I came away impressed at what they showed.
I was watching on my phone and got a phone call as the Minecraft segment started, so I completely missed the Minecraft segment.
You answered it and you said, "It's Minecraft time!" And you hung up and then you went back to
It's
watching.
my wife! I'm not gonna hang up on my wife like that.
I feel like anyone would understand. Most would be your wife. Be like, okay, it's your Minecraft time. I get it. Every day.
It's
your
my Minecraft time.
Yeah. I don't know. I like
get it, I'll go
Minecraft
get the
Dungeons.
blocks.
Yeah, me too.
And so they're just doing like another genre. It's like, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Redfall. They finished with Redfall. That's coming May 2nd. The game looks so good.
Yeah, I didn't think the shooting looked particularly good in what they showed, but the environmental design and stuff is insane. So we'll see.
Those who don't know, it's basically a Left 4 Dead, but you're fighting vampire monsters. And because it's arcane, there you can tackle everything stealth or go in guns blazing. There's lots of ways to kind of take on the different kind of areas that you're going through. It seems like a really cool twist on the Left 4 Dead formula. So, thought it looked good.
Yeah.
June 20th is the next Elder Scrolls Online. So who cares?
Yeah, I tuned out of that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And then before end of June, I'm reading in this tweet is the reboot, the new Forza Motorsport. Which those cars look good. Sure.
It's not for me. Like, I didn't care about that either, but I'm glad that people do, and that it's probably going to be great for them.
I'm definitely more on the arcade racing side.
Yeah.
Like, I like the Horizon series, but I am kind of curious what they'll kind of do. Like, why not just make this Forza 8? Like, why are they rebooting the name? So,
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be on Game Pass, so I will check it out and play for an hour maybe, and just to see how shiny the cars look.
Yeah, sure.
That was that stream. The Avengers game is shutting down.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I kind of feel like it started to a bit ago, but they stopped.
Apparently they have more
updating it.
content coming out as far as the end of March, which I was surprised they were still like supporting it.
Yeah. Do they say what's coming out?
In this blog post, they just mentioned, like, after 2.5 years and introducing 12 of Earth's mightiest heroes following update 2.8 on March 31st. So I'm assuming another character is coming.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who. Is it? I don't know, Namor. I'm trying to think like what movies just kind of are current.
Oh,
Like
sure.
is there like an Ant-Man character coming? Is Ant-Man in that game? Yeah, Hank Pym's in it, right?
Yeah, Pym is.
Yeah, in the story he is. Yeah, I don't know. I also don't care. I'm not going to play more Avengers, but if you wanted to play more Avengers, everything in the shop is going to be free.
Yeah,
I understand
From here on out
Spider-Man.
or until shutdown.
Well, it doesn't sound like they're actually going to shut it down. They're just going to stop supporting it.
Yeah, the single player is going to exist.
Okay,
like
good.
afterwards.
Well, it says even after official support ceases on September 30th, 2023, both single and multiplayer gameplay will continue to be available.
Oh, and multiplayer? Okay, that.
Yeah. So apparently, like, they're just shutting down support. Nothing new is going to come to it at all. They're just like, here's the state of the game forever now. It's still kind of boring.
Yeah, I'm going through their like Twitter to see stuff that they've announced, and it's a lot of skins. Like, I think the last big thing they did was War for Wakanda, which was okay. But like that was a year and a half ago. Like, they kind of stopped caring about actual content and just did the skin thing.
That was a year and a half ago? That didn't come out sometime around Black Panther?
Find out.
Not the most recent Black Panther.
No, not the most recent, for sure.
Okay. Well, it's not like
It might have even been 2 years ago.
I mean, this game has only been out for 2.5 years.
It was August 2021.
Okay, yeah, a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
All right.
That was okay.
Everything in the store will be free. I understand Spider-Man will still be exclusive to the PlayStation version. It's not gonna go
That fucking
over to.
sucks.
Well, you
Oh.
say that, but also, who cares?
I do. Why would I say it otherwise?
Are you gonna play it?
If Spider-Man was in it, I would definitely jump back in and try that out again. Yes, absolutely.
Wow, I don't believe you.
Okay, I don't care.
Oh, I do not think you would reinstall Avengers.
I absolutely would. I reinstalled it for War of Wakanda, and I was waiting for another reason to, because I think that the story stuff is okay.
Okay, well, you're for it. I'm against it. John, you're the tiebreaker.
As always.
Yes. I mean, it seemed all right. I didn't think it was like terrible, but I also didn't think it was the most interesting.
Yes,
I
it
can't
is
even
so perfectly like a 5 out of 10 that it's not even worth talking about,
It
really.
seems pretty average in everything except for maybe story. Yeah.
It's about as good as Crisis Core.
No, it's definitely worse than Crisis Core.
I don't even remember what character I played as. Like this game is
And Crisis
almost
Core's
left
name
my
is
mind.
Zach.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
true.
Yeah, oh my god, that makes so much sense. I was like, why is Cloud like a brunette in this one? I don't get it. Anyway, so if you want to play some Avengers, you can do that. I think it's like still on Game Pass and it's on PlayStation Plus's thing. So it is easily accessible.
Yeah.
Justin Roiland, we talked a bit about
Oh boy.
what was going on with him last week. Some fallout has since happened. He has pretty much been dropped from everything he's involved in.
Makes sense. They still want to keep making money, so of course they'll do this.
So Adult Swim is dropping Roiland from Rick and Morty. I understand they're recasting his voice, which that'll be something to see. Because I feel like he was more than just a voice. Like he was kind of like the fact that the comedy there is just him riffing with himself, and they're gonna have to replace that. That's
I mean,
quite
he's
a
also
bit.
the main voice of Rick and Morty, so they're
Exactly.
literally recasting the voices for the main characters.
Right. And yeah, and like my point is, I'm sure a lot of the like script writing was just like, here's the general vibe we need you to convey in this scene. Just riff, and we'll cut together kind of the general comedy that you're going to like, word vomit out. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Squanch Games, developers on High on Life. Yeah, he is also leaving Squanch Games. He was a co-founder of. It's currently unclear if he's going to have any stake still in that company or not. So you can't definitively say like, if I buy High on Life, is he getting money in his pocket? It's hard to say at this point.
Sure.
Even Hulu has parted ways with him. He was on Solar Opposites, and he did voices on Koala Man, I think it was the show that like just came out recently. He was part of as well. So I guess they'll be voicing him for those as well.
Weird. Not that, the Rick and Morty thing specifically. I can't wait to see what that sounds like.
It is weird. Hey, I'm glad all these people like put their foot down and said, we're done with you. Good for them. Because I should say he hasn't actually been found guilty on anything yet. There's just a lot of charges on him, and in the wake of all this, more people are kind of coming out and adding more things to it. They're all kind of rumors at the moment, but it's like these are a lot of rumors piling up, so it definitely does not look good for this dude. He seems kind of like a piece of shit.
I mean, my cynical read of this is that he still does have stake in all this stuff, and he left because he wants them to keep making money, because he's probably never going to work again.
Right. That's probably what's going to happen. He knows, like, if he stayed there, it would not look good, but if he left, they'll still make money without him, and he'll get his
royalties
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure he's got plenty of money already with Rick and Morty, so it's not the end of the world for that guy.
Sure.
Thunderful and the SteamWorld developers announced a new game and put a demo out this week. SteamWorld Build, as typical SteamWorld fashion, they've changed genres once again. This is basically a kind of SimCity city builder. with an underground like mining section to it as well. So again, it's coming 2023. There's a demo. They also announced during the stream that they have 4 separate SteamWorld games currently in development.
I like SteamWorld stuff, so
yeah,
that's exciting. This is not my genre necessarily that I'm stoked about, but I'll probably try that demo and see how I feel about it.
Remember how I said I didn't play anything this week? I've already played that.
Oh, okay.
They got me to do a promo for it.
How was it?
I played the game on Monday.
Demo, right?
No, they gave me the full game.
Oh, I didn't know it was that close to coming out. When does it come out?
I don't know if it's that close to coming out, but like they literally were like, "Hey, don't play past this part of the game." And while I was doing the sponsor segment, people were like, "This part isn't in the demo." So I was like, "Oh, I think they gave me the full game." Uh-oh. But it plays all right. I mean, it's a 4X game basically. So it's like you're building up your city. You have to like manage your population. You have to manage like your units. You have to do defense to fight monsters. You have to do digging in the actual mines below. So like it's like heavy resource management. It's there's no real pressure other than when like the monsters and enemies start attacking you.
Mm-hmm.
But like even then, like it's just been like, okay, you need this, go up here, do that. You got to build something here, so make sure there's like it's close enough to these areas to make sure that like your population has what they need, and it's an interesting balancing game. This is my first proper city builder, not like a Sim City style.
Okay.
And I actually was digging it. I liked it.
Cool. Okay.
I only got like an hour. I only got like an hour and a half ish in, so like I don't know how off the rails it gets.
Sure.
I know in the demo you don't even get to do any kind of combat related stuff.
Yeah, I stopped right before the combat anyways, but yeah, like the part that they were leading me towards was definitely going to have combat.
I hope some of the 4 announced SteamWorld games include a Quest 2 and a Dig 3.
Oh, I love the Dig games. They're so good.
Yep. Dig 2 is so fantastic.
Yep. Big step forward from 1.
That's cool. I'm glad it's playing well. And I'm kind of with you there, Paul. It's not really my genre, so I doubt I'll touch it too much.
I'll try.
They just make good games over there, like well designed, like enjoyable games.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, and this last news story. Again, we talked a little bit about this previously. Microsoft got hit with their massive layoffs. Some of them hit 343. Some questions about whether 343 was going to still be making Halo in the future. And this mainly came out from a leaker who... So following with me. The leaker's name is Bathrobe Spartan.
Yeah.
And I understand this person, Bathrobe Spartan, has like a pretty solid track record of Halo inside information. So that's kind of why I'm actually bringing it up. They kind of made the argument that it's sounding like with the layoffs, and a lot of the layoffs involved some of management and the higher ups at 343 getting moved onto different projects within the kind of the Xbox ecosystem and Microsoft ecosystem. That 343 would be stepping back from making the game and be more of like an overseer while they kind of farm out the Halo franchise to different studios to work on.
Gotcha.
343 has come back with a statement that's basically said, "No, we're making Halo."
I love their statement. It's like a sentence long.
And it's funny because it's like one of those tweets that you would typically see in like a big announcement or like an apology thing, but theirs is just like, I'll just read the whole thing. Halo and Master Chief are here to stay. 343 Industries will continue to develop Halo now and in the future, including epic stories, multiplayer, and more of what makes Halo great.
I love it. It's like so official looking.
And it's also just vague enough that if the thing that the leaker mentioned, where they are gonna give Halo to other studios to make smaller projects with them doing the oversight, that could still be what they're talking about, because this is so broad. We're going to continue to develop Halo. Okay. So in what capacity is the kind of the big question. Bathrobe Spartan also goes on to say that apparently the single player expansion for Halo Infinite has been scrapped.
Ooh.
So I guess Halo Infinite is actually finite.
Finite.
Yep. There is no infinite to that game, and they are just focusing on multiplayer at this point, which is a bummer. I would have enjoyed more. I would have went back to play some more of the single player, or I guess it should the campaign because now it has online co-op. But I do understand how the multiplayer is the thing that brings in the money, so
Yeah.
I can understand the pivot. But that is a bummer. They had such big hopes for Halo, and it's such just kind of like a wet blanket now.
Yeah.
See where it goes from here. That's news. Let's do some questions. If you want to send a question in, you can do that at popdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Discord channel, or John's P.O. Box.
And I actually have a P.O. Box letter.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Wow. All right.
Wow. Once a year, we got our annual P.O. Box letter.
Yep, and it's from Oogie McTalk. Oogie McTalk writes and it says, now for a TDP question. For the three of you, have any fans given you any games or gifts, and do you have a favorite among them?
A favorite fan?
Favorite gift?
No. I know, I'm just kidding. I don't think I've gotten anything. We got like socks sent to us or something, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've been gifted games before.
Okay.
I have the actual answer.
You definitely have gotten stuff, John.
Yeah. The actual answer is the Game of the Year trophy we got for Undertale.
Oh, man.
I kind of forgot we had a trophy. Do you
Yeah,
still have that?
Yeah, it's in my entryway.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
wow.
where else would you
Okay.
put it? Duh.
Oh, because the thing is huge, man.
Yeah.
It's like I'm sitting down, and it is up to like my neck. Like,
It's
that tall.
ridiculous.
it has its own spot at the dinner table. Like,
Yeah.
it's earned it. Look at that thing. He's a big boy. That's great.
Man, I feel bad. I don't remember like a specific game that I was like, I can't believe I got this. I'm always grateful to get anything, so they're all fine.
If you want something that I can answer from like my YouTube and Twitch stuff,
Yeah.
a viewer just sent me Steel Battalion, like just
That's
the
insane.
controller and everything. Because so what happened? I had it already, and Bagel chewed through the cord on my pedals, so I couldn't play the game anymore. And then a viewer's like, "Yeah, a friend just gave me the Steel Battalion, and I didn't want it. So you want it? Here." And there was like no request for anything. I'm like, "Are you sure?" Like, "Yeah, no, take it." So I've got Steel Battalion.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
insane.
That's cool. Okay. Suga writes, favorite game gotten for free or through a subscription?
Oh.
Game Pass would count, right? That's a
Oh,
subscription.
for sure. Yeah.
That makes it hard because there's so many in there. I don't know, gotten for free, so does free to play count? Because then my answer is probably Apex.
I think that would count. Yeah. Favorite game gotten for free.
Can you think of one that isn't free to play just for like the sake of while we think of
While
one?
you're thinking, if I can think of another one?
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably going to be something on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the Ori games I like quite a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess Bloodstained? Because
Sure,
I got
okay.
gifted the Curse games, and I got Ritual for free because I was one of the clans, so...
Okay.
Sure, yeah.
Well, you Paul, does Warcraft count since you subscribe to it?
No, because I have to pay for it, right? I have to buy the expansion.
Right, so you're getting it through a subscription.
Oh. No, but you still have to buy it. You still have to buy like the actual game and then subscribe every month.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So I don't think it counts.
Okay.
I was given Dead Cells like before that blew up by the devs. That was kind of cool because I fell in love with that game super early.
Okay.
And that became like a big hit for me for a while.
I did buy Hades on the Switch first, but it did come to Game Pass at one point, and that game is very good too.
Yeah, there's this weird thing where it's like, well, okay, let me think of my favorite game. Is it free on Game Pass? Because that's the answer. But yeah, no.
It's like, well, yeah, Burnout Paradise is on EA Play, which I do have access to through Game Pass Ultimate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of EA Play, did you guys see the reviews for Dead Space remake?
No.
Not specifically. I saw the number, the Metascore number. So
It's like 9s across the board.
Yeah.
People are really happy with that thing.
sure.
I'm happy to hear that because I was excited for it. Yeah, it's 89 on Metacritic right now.
Yeah.
I'm happy to
Yeah.
hear there's a Dead Space on Steam that if it runs at 60 frames a second, I can go through the first door of the game. That sounds great. Dead writes, if you could hear in real time every time someone laughed while listening to TDP, would you stop doing the podcast? No, because nobody laughs listening to this, so it would be
I was going to
silence.
say, do people laugh during
No,
during the
absolutely
podcast?
not. This is the most serious thing we do.
They just sit there upset and disappointed.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I do like the idea of a laugh track that plays throughout the podcast. That would be pretty funny.
I don't think enough people laugh that it would actually have an effect on my life if this was a curse I had.
Well, so here's the question. So let's say you say, yes, I will opt into getting to hear it, and then no one laughs, and that bums you out. So you do want to stop doing the podcast because you
Oh,
did
I
think
see.
you were funny.
I see. That
Like,
I
oh
wouldn't
man, all
care.
these jokes that I thought of didn't land once.
No, I don't think I would care at all.
I mean, I already go insane, so it really wouldn't be any different at this point.
I'll take it. I'll take all the attention, all the good attention I can get.
Sure.
John, do you want to
I
read
guess-
this next one?
I guess this is mine. From Rasterman7, with the recent scandal surrounding Justin Roiland, I've heard of some people who were looking forward to playing High on Life now being hesitant to do so. Has something like this ever happened to you with another game? Not a game, but anything Bill Cosby's done.
Oh,
I used to love his
yeah.
comedy albums, and now it's just really fucking awkward, so I don't listen to them anymore.
That's too bad too, because he was very good. So, yeah.
Yeah, and this is coming so close to like Hogwarts Legacy coming out.
Oh god, because that's tomorrow as well, isn't it?
That's a week or two from now, the
I
10th.
thought that was
Okay.
February or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer because like I grew up with like the Harry Potter books and movies, so like I have nostalgia for that, and like Hogwarts Legacy like looks cool, but it's like she's such a piece of shit. Trying to think if I specifically have stayed away. I don't know if I definitely have movies that I have not gone back to because there's been like people in there where it's like Baby Driver comes to mind. It's like I like that movie. I love Edgar Wright, but it's like, oh, but I have to like watch Kevin Spacey. It's like I just don't want to do that.
Fair. My answer is no. Not really. I'm pretty good at separating people from something.
John, did you already say one? Or
That's
did
his.
you not
That's the one he just did.
No, yeah, I said, didn't say game-wise, but I said Bill Cosby.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
Bill Cosby. Okay.
Yeah.
Phantom Aegis writes, do you prefer jam/jelly or cream/custard filled pastries?
Jam.
Jam.
Custard. You guys are jam, really?
Mhm.
Why? Get just flavor.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
flavor.
Because you can get a bigger variety of flavors with jam and jelly.
That's really
That
it.
is true. Yeah, I'm just not a big like fruit in my dessert fan. Like it's
Do
fine,
you,
but
do you
I'm
like
never
Pop-Tarts?
like they're fine.
guess.
If I'm going to get a dessert though, it's like rare I'm going to pick a like fruit on cake kind of dessert compared to
Mm.
like a chocolate cake or something like that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
BGC Kenny writes, I've been talking with my friends about how I would say that Ratchet & Clank was my first shooter game. They say it's not a shooter. One of them went further and said that having a gun doesn't make it a shooter. Rather, if it behaves like a shooter, it's a shooter. Their example is that Infamous is a shooter. I disagree with that, but I understand what they mean. The range combat in the game behaves sort of like a gun, but I see it more as using powers rather than shooting something. Personally, I think a gun or something that at least feels like a gun makes it a shooter. However, this doesn't cover all range-based gameplay. I consider Contra and Metal Slug to be shooters, while Metroid and Mega Man are not. All this to say, how do you classify what is and is not a shooter?
I was gonna say I was on your side at first because Ratchet and Clank is a third-person shooter, but you can just do melee as well. But then you lost me at Contra and Metal Slug because that's another thing that's called run and gun. So yeah, like usually for a shooter, there has to be a third dimension is what I found. No one really describes a 2D shooter like as a shooter. It usually when they say shooter, they mean either first person or third person, and it's usually 3D, not 2D. If it's 2D and it's a shooting type game, it's called a run and gun.
And then they add qualifiers like cover-based shooter or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm trying to think. I didn't think about the 2D thing. Is there any 2D games that I would have called a shooter? Hotline Miami?
I mean,
I can't.
It's
a hard argument for Hotline Miami. That's also a different angle too. That's top down versus like
it's also 2D. It's also not really a shooter because I played through that whole game multiple times, not using a gun at all.
Yeah, but like Infamous, also you can just punch people.
Right.
You
exactly.
don't have to like use your electric gun.
For me, anything's a shooter if the main gameplay mechanic revolves around firing a ranged projectile of some sort.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I was siding, and I think that's what the friends were saying. If it behaves like a shooter, the way I think of it is like, what is the core way you are interacting with the world?
Yeah.
Like, what is the character designed to do? And like in a lot of shooters, you almost can't even jump. If you think of like first person ones, right?
That's why I disagree with Infamous being called a shooter. Like you parkour in that game.
I definitely don't think Infamous is a shooter either.
Whereas like I would agree. And then Ratchet and Clank, I probably wouldn't have I would not introduce Ratchet and Clank as a shooter.
Right.
I would say, hey, here's a platformer.
Right.
You do shoot people in it.
Right.
I would argue that Ratchet and Clank has a better right of being called a shooter than Infamous does, though.
I 100% agree.
Ignoring the fact that you can, like, let's say, like, sure, Cole's shooting lightning counts as a gun, sure, whatever. No, you can aim in Ratchet and Clank games the exact same way you aim in Infamous. So I have no idea why they're saying it acts different.
Well, and then now what I'm thinking is like, in terms of like a lot of the gameplay, like Ratchet and Clank and like Halo are pretty similar.
But Ratchet and Clank is more focused on platforming, like.
But Halo, you have a like floating jump, like there's in Infinite, you have a hook shot. There's a lot of platforming in.
Oh, I guess now I've only played up to like Halo 4, so I'm just like.
So is the first person part what's differentiating it for me? Because maybe like, I guess not including Infinite, there isn't a ton of platforming in Halo, so I guess I wouldn't say it's platforming first.
Yeah. No, Ratchet and Clank, I would definitely argue is platforming first. So I can see that argument for not saying it's not a shooter. But I look at Infamous, and if someone told me, like, do you think that's a shooter or a platformer? I absolutely would have said like an adventure platformer.
I do agree. I don't think you need it to have a gun. So
right.
And Paul, you've played more of this. Ghostwire Tokyo, is it a shooter?
Holy shit!
That you are just shooting spells out of your hands, right?
Yes. But I would say it isn't because it's not the focus of what that game is. That's just a thing you do to get past certain things in it.
So what genre would you put Ghostwire in? Because from like the 30 minutes I played, I think I would make it a first person shooter.
It's an RPG. It's a Skyrim. Like it's an RPG. Primarily. You're doing side quests, you're finding out about the story, you're leveling up like it's an RPG. First.
But like everything, it has RPG mechanics in it.
I know, that's the thing. Like
that one's even hard.
When you read this question and you really think about it, it's like, oh, literally everything's a shooter then, because that's like the major way most games interact with that environment. Which makes sense, because it's satisfying and easy and fun. And you can do a lot of things with shooting projectiles.
Yeah.
But like, I guess the thing that's throwing me off here is I'm kind of with him for a bunch of this stuff. But then if he's saying Contra is a shooter, but Mega Man isn't, like, I don't understand this differentiation at this point anymore. Because you literally are shooting a hand cannon gun in Mega Man all the time. It's the difference is you're not running forward, you're platforming.
Right. And Metroid is similar. The only thing Metroid has that's different is the
Exploration.
back travel, the exploration
Yeah.
aspect of it. So but that's a completely different part of that gameplay. You are now not, if you're just focusing on the combat part, they're the same game.
Out of Contra, Metal Slug, Mega Man, and Metroid is the one I would say is not a shooter, even though you shoot in it. The rest of them, I would say, yeah, I see your argument. I guess I don't know why Mega Man isn't, is really what I'm getting at.
I guess because there's a bit more focus on platforming, but if you think Contra is a shooter, Mega Man absolutely is a shooter.
There's platforming in Contra too. It's just not great. Yeah.
I think what might be the hard part here is classifying something as a shooter game. Shooter is not a genre.
Right.
That is such a broad topic.
It's like saying RPG. It's just...
That's true. At this point, you wouldn't say, oh, this is an RPG game.
Right.
You would have to specify more, it down further, because it's too broad at this point.
Sure.
I think that it might be throwing us off, because that's why we have first-person shooter and third-person shooter is specifically different stuff. That's why we have Battle Royale now, and then John, with the running guns, bullet hell, those are all, you do shoot in all those, and that we have to get more specific, because those four at the end there, from a what you are interacting with the controller with, it's all the same stuff.
Yeah. Metal Slug out of those four is definitely the one I would say is a shooter more than the others, but they all have.
It's just Contra again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you swapped Metroid for Shadow Complex, which is all just I am using pistols and gun, capital G guns, I am shooting guns. I would still say that's a Metroidvania. But yes, you do shoot, and that is how you do the combat portion of the Metroidvania.
In chat, Payday 2, is that a shooter?
Yeah.
Well, again, I think
it's a first-person shooter with bank robbing mechanics.
That's the thing is, it's you would get further down and say, yeah, that's a first-person shooter. I've been hearing extraction game is now almost a genre at this point. Maybe I would put Payday into.
Okay. Sure.
Maybe because it can also be turned into a stealth game.
Yeah.
Because you can literally go through without ever having to shoot anyone.
I would also say a lot of extraction games have a stealth element.
Yeah.
If you want to go loud or you want to go quiet, but I wouldn't use the terminology shooter. I would not say this game is a shooter unless you were just asking, hey, does this game have guns? Then I would say, yeah, you do shoot guns in this game. But that what information have I conveyed to you, really?
What about Portal? Is Portal a shooter?
I would say that as a puzzle game, yes, you do shoot a gun in it. So I guess it is a shooter.
But do you shoot a gun to attack an enemy? Because you don't really. You shoot a gun to open doorways, essentially.
Technically at the end, but I mean, yeah. It would be a first-person puzzle game, basically.
Basically, shooter is a bad way to describe a game genre.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I'm trying to think, is there a shooter game where the thing you are shooting is some kind of positive experience?
Positive experience in what sense?
Yeah, because Wolfenstein, I think it's pretty positive shooting all those
positive, you're Nazis. Not killing something.
Oh,
you're not harming something. Is there a shooter that whatever you are shooting is good for?
Can we talk about Galgun? Is this where we talk about Galgun?
I was also thinking of Galgun. Fatal Frame's also a good suggestion too.
Yeah,
Fatal Frame is good.
Camera shooting, is that something? Pokemon Snap, is Pokemon Snap a shooter? That is literally a term for shooting a camera. Yeah. An on rails shooter. Yeah. I think every game is just every other game, and we've run out.
Yes, agreed.
John, I believe you have the last question.
From Linebeck, what do you do to motivate yourself on low days? I'll tell you when I figure it out.
I just start doing it, man. At some point you just have to fucking do something. You have to do it. And then once you start, it's usually fine.
It is pretty rare I have a low day.
It's because you're a morning person.
Must be nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm as my close friends and girlfriend would put it. Must be hard being real neurotypical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking jealous.
I'm also like a like creature of routine. I it's I with my work schedule, with going to the gym like all the time after work. I routinely play games with friends during the week, so I have a lot of stuff to like look forward to that I enjoy quite a bit. So, like,
I mean, that's
hey,
a lot of stuff one should do to cheer themselves up anyways, so that's also still good advice.
Yeah. I was seeing in the Discord people were saying take a shower.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Just feeling like better about yourself instantly helps motivate you. Okay, I'm going to turn the question a little bit for you specifically, Sean. What do you need motivation to do? What's something that like you have to do semi-regularly, if not every day, and you have to get motivated somehow to do it because you kind of don't want to?
Maybe like cleaning. Like,
oh, sure.
Stuff that's like difficult. Like it's time to clean. So it's not like an everyday thing, but like it's time to clean the bathroom. That's something I have to motivate myself to do. And how would I do that? Yeah, I guess it's closer to like you just have to like.
You just have to start, and then it's weird because like for cleaning specifically, that's a good example. Once you see a little area that you've made progress, you kind of like motivate yourself more by being like, oh, this is getting done. Okay, this feels great actually.
I also know myself, and it's like the specifically with cleaning, if the task is quite large, I will put it off longer.
And then it gets worse.
I try and keep things clean so that it doesn't get to that point. So I do it like a little bit at a time, pretty much like constantly. Yeah. If I see something messy, it's like I'm not just gonna leave that there until there's like 10 messes. I'm gonna just do that mess. Like, just get it done. No, there's no sense having dishes in this. I'm doing the dishes. I'm doing all the dishes. Let's just get it out of the way.
Totally. Yeah. I don't get this like doing some dishes or some laundry or something like. Yeah.
I mean, I get breaking it up into small tasks. Like that's a good thing for ADHD people to do. Is just like break it up into small tasks so it's more manageable.
For sure. But like then I want to get all those tasks done within a short time frame together.
Well, that's the thing. Like if you find you're doing it in a small amount and you're like, well, I have got enough energy or I've got enough will to keep doing it, then keep doing it.
Yeah.
That's the trick. It's trying to get you to build up some sort of motivation so you can actually do it.
Yeah.
But if you can't do it, then that's fine. One of the actually best pieces of advice I found recently was kind of interesting. It said, whenever you wake up in the morning, make your bed. And if you do that, that means you've at least done one thing in the day, so you can feel like you've accomplished something. And if you can accomplish that small thing, you can accomplish something else.
Starts you off on a good foot too. Yeah.
Yeah. Little things like that build up.
Sure.
Yeah, I could say the same about like when you're going to bed, instead of just like maybe you're someone who when you get changed into your night clothes, you just like put stuff on the floor. It's like, yeah, I'll scoop that up later. Just don't put it in the hamper. Like it takes 1 second longer, and then you don't even have to think about it again. Just go the one extra step. Which is pretty kind of similar to the bed, as you do, one little bit more.
That's what I can't do because it'll wake up my wife anytime I do that. So I make that part of my morning routine instead. So
sure, yep. I have one that's kind of adjacent. Like, is I'll tend to like forget tasks that need to get done if someone asks me to do it. So the minute I need to like someone asks me to do something or I get a task put on my plate, I'll do it like right that moment, because I just know if I don't do it, I'm gonna probably forget about it. So I'll just get it done right now. It's okay. I can pause my game. I can pause whatever I'm doing. Let me just take care of it, and then I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, no, like Lineback says they have ADHD. They're like, I do too, and I agree with Sean. That's like one of the best ways. If you mention a task and and you can do it right away, for love of God, do it right away. Just get it out of the way now, because then you're gonna like think about doing it later. Then you're not gonna do it, and then you're gonna agonize over it, and you're gonna feel worse about it because you haven't done it.
Yep.
So
or
if you
the
can
tasks
do
are
something,
build up, and you're gonna just be like, man, I have so much I have to do. There's no way I can do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That really helped me throughout school, is because I was always like, I'm just gonna do the assignment like right now. Like I'm not gonna put it off in the last minute. I'm just gonna do all my homework as soon as I get it, and then I'm free. Then I don't have to think about like,
Right.
oh man, I could be doing my work. I have so little time. It's just like, no, it's taken care of. I don't have to worry about it, and I get to dick around and play games now.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but like to motivate yourself on low days, yeah, just take it easy. Do any like actual method to kind of like recoup yourself. If you're not feeling it, just take a day to just take some time to just relax, do something you like, and then maybe you'll build up your motivation to actually do what you need to do on the low day. It's a self-care balance thing. So
Sure. Yeah.
The shower is a really good actionable thing. It's
the
just,
shower's a good.
It's just like an
yeah.
instant way to feel like you've done something, feel good about yourself, feel clean after. Like, yeah.
It also wakes you up.
Yeah.
So like if you're like getting tired or you're in kind of like a sleepy headspace, like a shower can wake you up.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. Thanks to everyone who wrote in. If you want to write in for next week, it's topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, the Discord channel, or, as you can see, John's P.O. Box. What is your game of the week?
Crisis Core.
SteamWorld Build.
Nice. Okay.
And mine is Fire Emblem Engage.
Nice.
If you're a Patreon person, stay tuned. We'll be going live shortly for Lego City Undercover. Otherwise, if not, we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.